If you,
Now.
all right.
Every 3 years, an ancient ritual takes place here.
The SonarFeed is filmed live each week at the Berliner Pub in beautiful downtown Renton. As a live broadcast, the SonarFeed is uncensored and may not be suitable for all audiences.
Okay. Hey!
We are live.
We are live. Sorry for
Hello,
the technical
everybody.
delays.
We're trying to get everyone in here into the chat rooms and making sure everyone's trickling in from following us.
So let's go ahead and throw this out there right now. We've been using a particular piece of software. We've isolated some issues, as you guys have known, our complaints and our issues for the last little bit. We found out that it's not necessarily the software, it's how the software interacts with Ustream. Ustream, of course, is the channel that you guys all use to watch us live.
Right.
So,
and there's some problems with software also, but they don't work well together.
Right.
apparently.
They don't like each other.
They don't like each other.
And we don't like either of them.
But actually, you know what? Wirestream might actually work fairly decently now that we have that figured.
Now that we're running on Justin TV, the one thing we have to worry about is the chat room. 'Cause this I know on this site there are people that can float in here, so we're gonna make some moderators of some people tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna get that taken care of soon. So, so here we go. As you can see, we have myself. I'm Lee Rail. I am in the
Lee.
center chair today. I have on my left, chair number 2, I have Adam C. Smith on the Twitter machine. And on my right, I have Kyle Gervin, Gervin Zero. And hey, Browse, can you hear us? Are you there?
This is an all-up test, like they say in NASA. We're just
So-
gonna launch this mother effer right off
do
the
it.
pad.
We're just jumping right off the page here. Great. So we have a good sound check. But hopefully we won't be too loud.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Like I said, Gervin Zero on the Twitter machine for Kyle.
Yep.
Adam is at Adam C. Smith. Myself, I'm at Lee Rail, R-A-Y-L.
Yep.
Our normal talent, of course, tonight is in Chicago, watching us from a lonely bar.
Right. Actually,
someplace.
he's drinking some probably really nice bourbon right now.
More than likely. So
He looked to be sitting in a corner too.
Yeah.
he did by himself.
By himself. Yeah.
So
He seemed to be very happy
Nobody
about
puts
being
baby
here.
in the corner.
nope.
Yeah.
If
nobody
he
puts
was
Aaron
here
in the corner.
tonight, this laptop might be broken right now.
Well, I'm glad we actually figured out some stuff tonight. So we're going to go ahead and jump over here to Adam. We're going to
Hello,
go ahead and
everyone.
start. Adam, what's going on with you this week?
Well, I'm having a great week. If just starting, even though it's a week long. Yesterday made the day awesome. It's made the week awesome.
Something happened yesterday?
Yeah, but on top of all that, there's one thing that never changes. No one rules these streets at night like me. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and we have Kyle joining us tonight. We haven't seen him in a couple weeks. He's back.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Good. Making the triumphant return.
Triumphant.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah. So how's everything going with you? I know that there hasn't been a lot going on. The academy just started up and the reserves just wound down. So,
Right.
So why don't you kind of give us a little bit of insight of what's been going on with the whole thing?
All right. This weekend we had both the 18s and the 16s played. Saturday they played against Arsenal FC, the academy system over here.
Right.
The U18 tied 1-1.
Nice.
The U16 actually beat them 1-0.
Nice.
And then on Sunday they played Real SoCal.
Real.
Hell of a name.
Now, with all these, you named all these teams, but I heard a major name that's different than some of the ones you're mentioning. How does Arsenal's,
It's
reserves?
associated.
So really,
Yeah.
It's like it's a feeder team.
It's kind of their youth feeder team.
same
kinda.
level though.
Yeah.
Skill
Yeah.
levels and everything.
No, they're
No,
U.S. players.
No, they're U.S.
Okay.
kids. Yeah, but
Right.
and it's based out of the SoCal kind of
Okay.
San Diego area.
Okay.
So
I was just clarifying.
Nice.
For myself mostly.
yeah, but I mean they're
Yeah.
they're top quality kids.
Yeah,
you know?
top quality. That's
absolutely.
just the name. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then Real SoCal, U18 beat them 3-1.
Nice.
Great job on that.
Did we have somebody debut that game? Scored in his first 30 seconds on the field?
Yeah.
No, that was the LA game.
Oh, that was the LA
first game of the season. Yeah, that was Jordan Morris came out. First game for the academy. He just joined this year.
Yeah.
Nailed it 30 seconds in the game.
Nice.
I like the early. I like early scores.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Easy and
fantastic.
early.
Fantastic.
That's how we like to score.
And then the U16 played Real SoCal as well. They beat them 3-2. That was a pretty interesting game. A lot of back and forth. Dennis Calamar for the U16 is absolutely on fire. 5 goals in 5 games.
Right.
Guys making it happen.
Yeah, awesome.
I got a couple shout outs I got to get to.
You got shout outs.
I got shout outs I got to get to. Justin Sullivan at Just Solo, 22 on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin.
His Yavapai team is 16-1-0 this season.
Wow.
Getting it done.
I could never have that kind of a record.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah. My guy on the U18s, the Jacob Hauser Ramsey.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He just recently committed to the University of Cincinnati.
That's a hell of a commute.
Big big commitment.
Hey, Chief Peter, how you doing, buddy?
My guy Miles Sanchez on the U15. How's it going, buddy? Dom, Super Dom.
Super Dom, of
Friend
course.
of the show. When's he coming back?
Oh, we can get him on soon.
Yeah, we'd like to have
He's
you
a
on
fan
again.
favorite. Yeah, we can get back on.
Well,
I think we should.
Yeah, we should.
He is currently on the job hunt.
I saw that. I saw he was
He had an interview today, I think.
athletic
Today.
shoe store.
Yeah, at an athletic shoe store. He's got.
If he does sign
an
in and has a
interview.
chat, let us know how it
He
goes.
said,
You know?
well, he said it went well.
Okay.
He'll know Thursday or Friday.
He wouldn't be working in a large urban shopping environment south of here, would he?
He might.
Oh,
So-
might,
somewhere
yes.
around here.
But yeah, his first job.
nice.
So,
Good
That's
for him.
the
hopefully he
perfect
gets that.
first job.
Oh,
How's
gonna
he doing?
get it.
How's he doing with?
You're gonna get the job.
Is he still having some eligibility issues with the NCAA? And,
he's got that pretty much cleared up. It sounds like
Good.
He's going to a community college now to take care of the credit issue and everything, and he should hopefully, if everything goes well, if I remember correctly, be able to join at the earliest in winter.
Okay.
With the Huskies. So that's good news. Hopefully he gets this job. It's,
Good.
You know.
Yeah, there's nothing
some
strange
bills.
about
Pay
that.
some bills.
As a recent college graduate, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, so I can't even imagine what it's like to be an
yeah.
athlete on top of that.
Oh yeah, well, and yeah, like
I
he
have
said,
no
he's,
idea.
he's been so busy with soccer and academy and everything that it's hard to get a job and maintain a job.
Exactly.
So, yeah, hashtag hire Superdom.
Yep.
Trending.
Hire Super Dumb. We're
Hire
gonna go ahead and
Super
set that out here
Since
shortly.
he's had his resume, I'm pretty sure he's in already. I don't know how anyone talks to him and does not
And
hire
doesn't
him.
like him. Yeah,
he's just,
great
he's just
personal guy.
likable, nice.
And-
He's going to get it done.
And last shout out is to the man, the greatest,
The greatest.
Aaron Riley.
Aaron.
Aaron Riley. Yes, the talent.
Oh, the talent.
The
always
talent.
always
Yes.
getting a late plug. Always
Yeah,
getting a late
Thinking of
plug.
you, buddy.
Always
Thinking
coming
of
from
you.
behind, taking the late plug, and we're always happy to give it to him, aren't we?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Thanks for watching.
All right. So cool. Well, I'm glad you're back. We got a lot to talk about tonight, believe it or not.
Absolutely.
We're gonna jump right in. I've got a few things that I want to throw out there real quick.
All right, I'm working the Twitter machines real quick. Since
Work
we
the
have these
machine. Well, I'm
change-ups.
gonna throw some shout outs myself.
All right.
David Thornton Studios over there. He's always here helping us out with
Thank you
lights,
very much.
It
cameras,
looks so good.
action. I'd like to also shout out to Rats.
Rats.
RATSS.org.
The randomly associated Twitter sound supporters.
They've been in great form lately. We actually had a great turnout yesterday for the bus with
Yes.
Rats in particular.
And we had 26 total on the bus from the Berliner. Just
How
a
many do
little
we have
over
back?
25. And I
I am
have
not
heard,
the only person that's left somebody.
and all of them had my number. I have
Nice.
not heard one call, not a
Nice.
text. So whoever got left behind may be dead, for all I know.
Great.
Could have died.
I'd like to throw out to our great sponsors here at the Berliner Pub.
Yes.
It is Oktoberfest.
Yes.
They'll be celebrating Oktoberfest all month long here.
All
They
month.
have great Oktoberfest beers. Apparently they brought 2 new ones in.
There are 2 new beers.
2 brand new Oktoberfest beers you can only get here at the Berliner Pub, the only
When
place
they're-
in the Pacific Northwest.
And when they're gone, they're gone.
And when they're gone, they're
They
gone.
could be gone in days.
They could be gone right now.
They could be gone already.
It could be gone by the time we're done with this podcast.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
I need a couple of liters right now.
Jesus Christ, tell me about it. Anyway, as you know, our favorite Oktoberfest beer right now is the Warsteiner Oktoberfest Limited Edition for 2012.
I will tell you, I had the Hofbrau Winter Oktoberfest though.
Yeah?
It was maybe the best beer I've ever had.
You were just out of your mind, sir.
You haven't had
But
it
that's
yet.
good. That's fine.
How can you say I'm out of my mind if you haven't tasted
why
it?
haven't I had it, Adam?
Well, you're on the wagon.
I am on the wagon.
You're on the water wagon.
I'd like to also give a shout out to SonarCast.com, which is our home website for all of our network traffic, including our new music blog, Music Matters. We also have video game stuff, more soccer stuff, Kyle stuff that he never does anymore.
Yeah, I've sent you stuff. It never got added.
So no, you sent it to Aaron.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so, communication issues, communication breakdowns.
We have one other thing before we jump into what you guys all really want to talk about, which is Cascadia. We want to give a shout out to Kareem 4U97. We have heard, we have official word, he has won.
Frosh Prez.
There it is.
Frosh Prez. So,
Freshman class president, he got the SonarFeed bump.
Got the SonarFeed bump.
We pushed him over the top.
Ice cream machines in the cafeteria.
And slushies and Slurpees.
Kareem is going to make it happen, man.
And power of SonarFeed.
And baby powder for anyone that wants it.
And no Sonar Riley this evening, unfortunately. He is in Chicago still. So
he abandoned all of us. Brasbit, you are a moderator, so if you don't like what anyone says in there, you have the power to ban. I just wanted, in case you haven't figured that out.
I have one more thing I want to ask everybody. The best of King 5 local Western Washington stuff. This is the last week. It ends on Friday. We would love to have your vote. Go into online stuff, blah, blah, blah. You can't ban Adam, you knucklehead.
No, you can't ban me. I'm not in the chat room.
So anyway, we have a big thing to talk about this week. We have no predictions to do this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's not a
Do you
match.
mind if we scoot this bench back a little bit, guys?
We could do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Are we having focusing issues? There we go.
I just needed a little bit more nut room, to
Yeah,
be
I
honest
know.
with you.
I'm glad you mentioned it first.
Woo-wee. Oh, yeah, that's a lot
That's
better.
a lot better.
Hey,
A little ventilation.
Yeah.
you guys, can we get a sound check? We still good? I
Yeah,
think we
double
should be
sound
okay.
check. We're getting the mics. Should be sounding pretty good.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
I think we were right in the odd focus zone, so it was kind of doing this kind of thing.
Cool. So
All
now we
right.
want to talk about Cascadia. What happened yesterday? We showed up to probably the biggest sporting event in U.S. soccer history that we're going to see for a while.
Yeah.
Unless the Sounders, of course, get MLS Cup.
Again. Yeah.
MLS Cup
Yeah.
or an Open Cup final.
It'll have to happen here, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will have to happen here.
Right.
But that was awesome. We played the Portland Timbers yesterday.
Yep.
We walked away with the 3-0 victory.
Right.
3-0. I love the 3-0.
And it was unexpected for me. I loved that we took the bus in.
Yeah.
It did not take away from the experience. 'Cause as soon as we got down there, the march was so long it looked like a protest.
Yep.
More than a support. It looked like some great injustice had been done, and people had taken to the streets to
combat it.
It looked like
Pitchforks.
Occupy George the Cup.
Yeah, except
Occupy George the Cup.
Except it was positive, and they just never ended. You just had to kind of jump into it, and it was like
Yeah,
a river.
Yeah. I was actually surprised. We were actually able to get in front of it.
Yeah.
We were able to get in front of the march. We were actually able to see George. If you guys don't know, George is the name of the Cascadia Cup.
Yes.
The big round bowl, the punch bowl, that is George the Cup.
Yeah, I imagine
Follow
it.
him on Twitter, George the Cup.
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
He resides in Washington right now.
He does.
As his surname would suggest.
Yes, Sir George the Cup.
Well, George Washington.
I know.
Named after our beloved first president
Did he cut down a cherry
in our
tree?
state. Something like that.
Okay, great. Fucking asshole. So anyway, so that was happened yesterday. I was really surprised. We all got to the stadium. Kyle, were you there?
No, I had to work.
Did you get to see it on your phone?
No, I watched it at home. I made it. I missed the first 2 minutes.
Good.
All right,
So
good.
I made it, yeah.
So you were
Then
able
you're
to see
good.
all the goals.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Did you saw the tifo though, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah. No, I caught the
magnificent
tifo,
UCS
yeah.
tifos. Just
So
magnificent.
let's start with that. So we
Yeah.
all got down there. You got to see it on TV. I was there. I was up in section 234.
Right.
You were up in.
321.
321.
Sorry, 331.
I know. Braz and Darkwinds were there as well.
Yep, they're there.
They got some really good pictures. All I can say is when I sat down and I actually looked over and I saw sections 121 all the way to the right or left and 123 all the way to the right, and all I saw was green and silver film.
Before it even started,
Before
you
it
knew
even
was huge.
started, I knew it was going to be.
Yep.
I knew it was going to be unfreaking believable.
Yeah, and we know Endless Revolt on Twitter.
Yeah.
Endless Revolt, Brian,
Fellow
he
Rats.
He worked on it, fellow Rats. He ECS member, like most all of us. He worked on it, but he was very mum.
No.
Didn't let us in on anything.
Didn't
He
even
just
tell
smiled.
us that was CFO happening.
No, he just smiled anytime we mentioned it. And he didn't say anything.
But to think that there wasn't going to be TIFO for this particular match
Right.
was unquestioned. I mean, there was two of them they were doing this year because there was only two Cascadia Cups Cats at home.
Right.
So that's what was definitely going on.
Go ahead. Oh, when I first saw it roll, when they rolled it out, I had my camera out. I was so the size of it first was just astounding. The space that it took up, and I kind of made out what it was, and I was astounded by that. And then it's over and the game starts, and then until I got home later that night and looked at my pictures on a bigger screen and could make out all the detail and the fine detail and the ideas and the cards.
Amazing, yeah.
Cards.
And it really blew my mind again, even later. See it again.
I talked to a few people last night, and the one thing that really stuck out in my mind was seeing Gavin Wilkinson sitting there with his head down, and you saw his hand, and it was sitting there, and it was the exact same hand that they used against us in the King of Clubs, Tifo. For all of you that didn't catch that, so the King of Clubs with the King out front, and it was just so symbolic, and I just felt like it was just such a
great callback.
It was just like an uppercut. It just felt so good.
The nice thing too, from a different perspective, watching from home, is ESPN actually covered it. Like they had almost a teaser with Lawless before they showed it.
Okay.
He was talking about there's going to be something huge tonight.
I was wondering what Alexi would have said about it because I didn't get here.
Well, he was actually in the ECS section pregame.
Yeah, he was standing there, kind of giving a teaser about it before they actually revealed it. And then when it came out, sometimes with the games when you watch them on television, they'll have the tifo, they'll do that, but they don't show it until they cut away for a commercial, a half or something. Look at the tifo that was here. Like they actually took the time out and showed the tifo instead of showing the players running around on the field and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah, they did a good job. ESPN with the coverage of the tifo was awesome.
That's cool. That's some credit because I think Portland. We've talked about this on the show before. They seem to be the darlings. Even though they are terrible right now, they seem to be the darlings of everyone, and it's good that the ECS and the Sounders got their due.
Is this the lead into the conspiracy theory?
No conspiracy theories.
No. I actually have one. I have one. So before we get
considering who scored yesterday, I'll be interested in knowing.
Let's go ahead and talk about the game, and then I'll talk about my conspiracy. No, let's go to the conspiracy first.
Yeah, because we all watch. Imagine anyone that's watching the game saw the same game we all saw.
Right.
So there's no reason to talk about it.
I got into the stadium early, which was unlike me to get actually in my seats early.
Yeah.
I was sitting there.
Good 20 minutes.
Good 20 minutes. Yeah. I'm sitting there and I'm looking down on the field, down in the center line. Siggy comes out. They put him up on the big screen. Next thing I know, there's this bald dude with a suitcase on his shoulder standing next to Adrian. Now I'm thinking to myself, man, I was like, I'm racking my head. Who is that? And I was like, oh, that's the soccer Don.
Yes.
That was Don Garber. And sure enough, somebody had posted some pictures up on Twitter a little bit later about it. Yes. And then I sat there and I read Don Garber's notes that Josh Myers from the Seattle Times actually had out there, who interviewed him during halftime. And it really stuck out to my mind that he was not up here in a professional capacity. He actually just flew out to see the game.
He just got spotted because some people spotted him. There was no press releases.
He posted on Twitter.
Twitter's kind of semi-official when you're
before he flew out here. He posted that he was heading over here to watch the match. And all that.
But that brings it up. Don Garber seems to have a hard-on for the Portland Timbers, as does ESPN. Fox.
Well, that was part of the thing too. Was watching the broadcast is when we go down and have support down in Portland, they'll show us a little bit. Usually in the beginning of the game, they'll have a spot of ECS. They went back multiple times throughout the broadcast to show Timbers Army in the stands.
Sitting on their hands after about 30 minutes.
Well, that was the interesting thing. When we first got there, I was actually really surprised how loud they were. And then I looked over in ECS, they were all still getting beer.
Right.
And I was like, okay. But my whole conspiracy theory here is Don Garber came up for one game. Okay, he comes here for one game. What did he come for? Did he come? My conspiracy theory is he came up hoping that Portland was going to win, take the Cascadia Cup, and make it a deeper rival than what it is.
He wanted to hand the cup over.
He wanted to hand the damn cup over.
Yes,
that's my conspiracy theory.
I think. I keep not wanting to buy into this conspiracy theory, but maybe it's because we're close to it. Are we?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we are.
But Portland gets a lot of love. Like I subscribe to the MLS on demand, so I can watch everything everywhere. And they had a whole 5-minute thing. If you watch, I can't remember the announcer that did it. Some asshole we know none of us like anyway. But he did a whole thing on the Timbers Army and the supporters and everything.
TT?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say his name. and he was just in love with him. He became an official Timbers Army member in that thing, and I've never seen any other announcer do that. I mean, he basically has donned their colors. It's like, can you be a broadcaster?
Yeah.
I mean, it all falls into the same thing, though.
So off of the don the colors thing that you said, also a little controversy coming up from that is the Mike Facito.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Timbers Army and Portland fans totally turning against Mike Facito because he interacted with Sounders players and.
Well, first he purposefully missed an easy shot.
Well, he was offside.
I know, but still, he could have put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
He's a Sounder at heart.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of debate about this today through what little I could catch on Twitter because it moves too fast.
Right.
That he's now being a little bit ostracized because of talking to the bench during halftime.
Well, and he traded jerseys with Evans.
That's to be expected after a game.
Well, no, that's his friend too. But they're mad because Evans in the past has said bad things about Timbers. But it's like, you're a shit club. Everyone's going to talk bad about you.
They're terrible.
Right?
Yeah. And they have terrible everything.
He would have to go out of his way to say something nice about him. He's not going to do that.
Right.
The guy's not paid to be an ambassador.
I agree.
This is one of those things where, a lot of opposing players talk to each other all the time in every sport. It's just we're noticing because we're all looking at, everyone's watching certain people.
But on that same note, Nagby and Zakwani are best friends.
Right.
Sure.
So why isn't there any animosity towards Nagby?
Right. Yeah.
No,
it's.
I mean, granted, Nagby
he's not
he wasn't
a
Nagby wasn't a former Sounder. Okay, I get that, but still, if you're going to be mad at him for fraternizing with Sounders players, you got to.
He's not a much loved Sounders player. I mean, Facito still has this air of love about him, and his trade is still resonates deeply.
Right.
With a lot of people, so it really is one of those things. So
no, absolutely, yeah, but I don't know. That whole supporters groups hypocrisy and bullshit is just staggering.
Right.
Yeah.
Like with the Groupon thing that their backup keeper brought up.
And they talk.
But we all saw the rebuttal to that, right?
Yeah, you can't see you can't call Seattle fans artificial fans.
Their rebuttal was it was for a reserve game. It's still a product you're putting on the field.
Right.
You're still using Groupon. I don't care if it's an academy match, if it's a reserves or a friendly.
Yeah.
You're still using the product, and you're giving us crap about using it too. You're an idiot.
No, it's just plain it's hypocrisy, and Portland doesn't have much left to hang on to. So if that's what they got to roll out.
But what do you expect from a guy who's a backup goalkeeper on one of the worst teams in the league?
Right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have made most teams' rosters, let alone ever seen the 18. So
see, that's the kind of shit slinging I like to hear right there.
Yeah,
that's
I say we just put him in a fire.
Right. Burn in the top or the middle.
Yes. Anyway, so there was a question here about we do. So let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Speaking of the rivalry, there was another Wall Street Journal article that talked about the friendship between Merritt Paulson and Adrian Hanauer.
Right.
Of course, guys who have money kind of stick together. It's that whole 1% thing.
Oh, Barack Obama, President Clinton hangs out with George W. Bush sometimes.
Sure,
they're all in the
good
country
buddies.
palling around.
Sure. I mean, the fact is they have something in common. Both of them have soccer teams.
Right. And a lot of money.
So.
Plus, I'm sure Adrian gets a huge kick out of Merritt's wily ways.
Oh, sure.
He's probably a funny dude to hang around with because he's always putting his foot in his mouth.
And he's glad he doesn't work for him.
Right. Exactly.
He's like, man, I wish
built-in humor. Right?
I wish there was 100 more like you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so that brings up the Adrian vote. Well, let's get back to the game real quick before we get the Adrian vote.
All right.
So 3-0 game.
Because there's another conspiracy interwoven in between.
Oh my God! The 2 own goals. Are we going to talk about that?
No. This is the leading Sounder score conspiracy that you started very early in the season.
That was the thing. They gave it to Freddie.
They gave both of them to Freddie?
No, they gave the second one to Freddie. The first one was a clear own goal, but when they showed it on TV on the replay, you can see he goes to clear and it hits the bottom cleat of Freddie's boot and goes in.
Yeah, he gets his foot around.
So
the defender.
it was a Freddie goal.
Yeah, it should have been a goal for him.
Right, because he might have had a chance of clearing it had Freddie not put his foot on the
He was working his ass off and he got his foot around the guy's.
So, but what does that leave us at? Is that 14-14, 13-14?
13-14.
13-14, Eddie 1+, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're using that to justify
Hey, but Eddie's goal. Oh my God, that was beautiful.
That was a striker's goal.
His conspiracy theory is they're going to bench
Well,
Eddie,
you know, hey. You notice how we got the call up to the U.S. national team?
Yeah,
well, Freddie has to go start in the Real Salt Lake game
That's
to
a
catch
whole
up.
new level of conspiracy theory. He could
Digging
miss
that
2 games.
conspiracy out,
Just
yeah.
that one or 2 games is just enough to get Freddie back on top.
Siggy did a little ringy ding, ding, ding.
Hey, I need your help. Jurgen, I need your help.
We can't let Eddie win this at any cost. We need Montero scoring our next 3 goals.
Can you call him into the national team? I know you have 2 games coming up. He'll miss 1 game perfect.
That's great though, man. I'm happy for that guy getting called up.
Yeah. Oh no.
And he gets to go hang out in Miami, Florida where he's from. Probably see his family and stuff for a little bit.
Yeah, it's good.
I will.
Gets called into camp. Does 2 games, plays 2 games. Hopefully he'll get at least on the field for one of them.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if he
At least get a look.
Yeah.
Not like, Brad Evans went down and he didn't even really get any time on the bench. I think he got like 5 minutes or something.
He got a few minutes.
I think it's pretty safe to say that I think Eddie Johnson's not just going to get a look. I think he's going to make the team at the end of the year.
Let's talk about the men's national team here in a minute.
Okay.
Let's finish Portland.
We already did, but we'll finish talking about them now.
So let's go back here. So let's talk a little bit about. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the reffing. The reffing was piss poor.
Both ways, every
Both
way.
ways.
No, it's terrible.
Every which
terrible.
way too. It wasn't just like one side.
I was rather concerned about the quality of play quickly, degrading.
Right. Well, when you keep creating, cuts on people from errant headers and everything else, it's tends to piss people off.
God, that guy's got the best name in the world. So Bright Dyke actually had.
It's DK.
It's Dyke. Come on, dude.
Actually,
don't French it up. It's Dyke.
Don't French it up.
It's
still
Dyke.
it's still
It's
Dyke
Dyke.
anyway you go.
Okay.
I don't say, let's go down to the DK. Like, no.
Let's go
down to the Dyke.
Let's go.
in the DK.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the DK fail.
All right.
Garbage.
I'm
New Orleans.
outnumbered 2-1. I won't mention it again. It's Dyke.
So Bright Dyke actually put 8 stitches in Hurtado's head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then half a.
I think that was on his cheek. It looked like it was.
It was right below his eye.
Yeah.
And then not more than 30 minutes later, puts staples into Jeff Park's head.
Right.
Yeah.
So both in the first half, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Tifford got mangled in the first half.
Tifford was being absolutely beat upon the whole time.
I know you guys were at the match, so you might not have saw the quotes and everything on Twitter. Did you catch the after the match quotes?
No.
Where Bright Dyke said that he was upset because he doesn't think that they got fair calls their way.
Yeah.
After he just went and played prison rules on our players. He's
He'd
mad
been
because he
taking,
didn't get it.
Tifford had been taking hits all night from the same 2 guys, and then gets the yellow.
Well, he got checked into the boards in the first
Right.
half. That was
That was very apparent to me, and I could tell this is one of those games where when the ref isn't on top of stuff, it was going to get. I'm surprised it didn't get more violent and chippier a lot quicker.
That's what I was referring to. With the reffing the way it was, it could have very easily swung the other way, and that's what I was really worried about watching the entire play, the run of play.
Right.
I was very concerned that people were just going to start, especially out of anger, just start swiping at people.
Right.
Well, but that's the thing too is every time we play the Timbers, it always turns into a physical game, and that's not our style of play. So that's why they love doing it, is because it falls into their hands. And that's why I think we have such a hard time performing well against them.
Yeah.
I think we handled it pretty well last night, even though the ref let him play on.
But we deal with
did rise to
physical
the level,
play.
though.
We deal with physical play quite well as a team. I mean,
But we don't like. We'd rather have a less super physical and have a skill game.
Yeah, right. A
we're
technical
better
game
team.
suits us better than a physical game.
Right.
Granted, most of the teams in the league, look at San Jose. We struggle against San Jose.
well, that's because we can't play somebody who's on the ground for 40 minutes.
Well, yeah. they spend
Yeah,
most
but
of
I
their
mean,
day.
as far as their back line, Kansas City's another one. Colin.
Yeah.
He's a violent dude, man. That guy is all about
I
throwing
agree,
people
yeah.
down and elbowing.
I agree.
We have a hard time with it.
Yeah, I have to say though, I think the Sounders came out higher than average aggressive from the get-go.
Right.
Physically aggressive from the start.
Yeah,
not being thugs, but I think they knew who they were going to face, and they came out a little more.
Well, I was still amazed out of everybody on the field that got the first yellow card. Tifford?
right.
Yeah,
out of everybody.
after him getting manhandled.
I
mean, the guy was the guy. We'll put it this way: I've seen dudes in whorehouses do less work to hookers than what happened to him on the field. Okay, I mean that was just brutal, man. He was getting.
You had that one in your back pocket.
I did all day long.
There's your one brothel reference for the
The ace
podcast.
of whores.
Jeez.
It's my job. It's
Hookers
what I
and
do.
blow.
It's what I do.
Hookers and blow,
But just watching him just get manhandled all night. I mean, like literally, he's
No,
not
absolutely.
a small dude.
But that was, that was also kind of the thing with, I think it was Ozzy and Montero. If they would have got a yellow in that game, they would have had to sit out
Right.
against ourselves. So
Right.
watching Alonso being as aggressive as he was, I was kind of worried about it.
But he actually put in a lot of. He wasn't putting in tackles from behind like he
No,
normally
he
does.
wasn't.
He was making sure to come directly perpendicular to the play.
Right.
There was no coming behind like he likes to. He always gets the ball, but there's those every now and then plays
he'll
where you
clip
like
it or, he'll just kind of get the toe.
get the
Yeah.
toe or
Right.
get the back end of the heel or something like that. So it was
Right.
good to see him actually making one-on-one plays and really going out like that.
And still running his ass off
Yep.
and working really hard.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was all over the field. That was,
Yeah.
Hurtado played really well.
Yeah.
Leo Gonzalez came off hurt in the second half, about the 70th minute.
That's right, yeah.
Mark Birch came on.
Yeah.
I didn't see what the injury was. What did they say? They say
he
it was
got
a
up and
strain
walked
or
away, so it had to be
He
a
walked
muscle
to the
thing.
bench. I believe it was in his leg. It was like a thigh or something like that.
So, okay.
He walked back to the
Okay.
bench, so he should.
I had a
hopefully be
feeling
okay.
when that happened, not that he wasn't dinged up or something, but I had a feeling he was about to be subbed anyway.
Anyway,
well, he was running his ass off. I mean,
He had a great
He
game.
put in
I
a
think.
shift, yeah.
He
definitely,
put in a
yeah.
shift off the set plays. He was making runs forward.
Right.
Yeah, he
Freddie
did play
Montero.
forward quite a bit.
I was
You're
like,
right. Yeah, no, he
in the
was
first
involved
half,
a lot.
On the first half, he was on the side of the pitch that I sit on, so he's on the left going this way.
Yeah.
And he was running his ass off. I mean, he was really. I mean, he's always
fighting for
physical.
it, yeah. Well,
and
he
he
was-
gets in there. No one gets by him without paying the toll.
Yeah, but he's not I still don't think he's a dirty player.
Oh, I didn't say he was
No,
dirty.
no.
I just say you
But
got to pay a toll to get by him.
He definitely plays shoulder to shoulder.
Yes.
And he plays tough
He's
ball.
not afraid to bump
a
bump
veteran.
shoulders with people. Right.
You know, and he'll do a little bit of pull the jersey. He'll put it across. But I'm not saying he's dirty at all. I think he's just a good, solid defender.
Yeah.
And I think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for.
Oh yeah. He's had a great year.
He's had a really good year.
He's had a really great year.
I want to throw this out there. I want to say that having Evans and Rosales out there, I thought Rosales looked pretty solid. Evans put in a good shift.
Yep.
Not my favorite player, but he picked up an assist.
Yeah,
Not your favorite player, got that.
No, I think Evans was nice to have in utility role when Hurtado went out.
Yeah,
When they
yeah,
had to service
yeah.
him, he dropped back. That was nice.
Yeah,
to have.
you saw him and Ozzy both drop back to fill that hole. Yeah.
as in his defensive position. But
Yep.
Rosales, I don't think, watching from TV, it didn't look like he had a very good game. But it didn't matter. He was still able to.
He didn't have a super Rosales game. You're right.
No.
That's the same feeling
Yeah.
I got watching,
Yeah.
but
Right.
he didn't play
He
poorly.
still, no, he didn't play poorly,
But his
but he
presence,
didn't. Yeah, right.
his presence on the
We had
field
the same
did
feeling
something.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying.
Yeah.
Is he didn't have one of those games where you're just like, man, he dominated.
Right. Yeah.
But he still played intelligently enough to keep drives going and made connecting passes.
He
that
made,
allowed
he
people
made
to
some
go
good
through.
passes that probably could have been made better.
And I wonder
too.
with Tiffert making all the plays he did in the midfield and really connecting up with Ozzy the way he did, I wonder if I saw Rosales in the first half making a lot of runs that balls weren't going to him.
I'm gonna grab
Right.
this water. Real
No,
quick.
that's true. Yeah, I think. I think
So-
it seemed like at a point because there was a couple of passes in midfield where Rosales was trying to play to Tiffert.
Yep.
And they just were off by a couple yards or something. I think those two are still kind of feeling each other out and seeing how they play off the ball. But
Yeah, I mean, I think, it seems like Tiffert's been around for a long time, but the amount of games he's played with us as a whole, he still has
He's
room
still
to
new,
gel.
yeah.
And the way, we're making switches in the midfield quite often. And,
Sure.
Tiffert I still think he has a ways to
He's
go.
got
to
a lot
prove
of
what he's
upside
made of.
still,
Yeah, he's
right.
got a lot of upside. And the fact that he's like a general out there. He yells at players. He yells at the ref. He feels comfortable on the Sounders team already from the get-go. You can
Yeah,
tell.
he does. I mean, it's really that's mine, dude.
It was mine.
So watching the broadcast, the redeeming part was that we won 3-0. I had to listen to for 90 minutes. I'll leave that blank. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Oh, it was TT, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lord.
I had to listen to that.
No, we're going to
buffoon
talk
for
about that in
90
a minute.
minutes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But he had mentioned because Tiffert had taken a couple of the early long set pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
And he made a comment about why is Tiffert taking these long set pieces. one of the better set piece takers on the club.
Yeah.
He is.
Consistently.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Mauro Rosales should be taking these set pieces. Mauro struggled with long set pieces being flat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he
For a
did
while
last
now.
night. And last night there were a few that were
There
flat.
was a couple that were flat.
I have to wonder. I mean, I know he's been injured a lot this season.
Absolutely.
I mean, is he just not in game form? Is he just not? I mean, well, I don't know. Like I said, it was good to have him out on the field.
I think the issue is that he's been so good that I know I am a little hypercritical whenever he doesn't have a stellar game.
Right.
He had a good game last night, but it wasn't what we've seen from him before.
I have the same feeling you did. There's no criticism of it, but it wasn't Super Mario.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
No, I
yeah,
get
because
you.
you know what he's capable of. So
right.
when you don't see it, it's kind of like, oh man.
Right, and that, who knows where that could come from? Could it be Tifford and Alonso? We got a lot of guys there.
Right,
there.
right.
But I wanted to go back to the chat room real quick. Randy Meeker said he thought it was interesting. We were attacking down the left side a lot, and I think that where he was going with that was maybe because Zach Wani wasn't down the left side. I noticed that also.
I think that's just the Sounders' natural way to move the ball, though.
Yeah, I think they like the left side.
But I mean, during the first half, they moved the ball down the right side of the field.
Right.
They making wide out to the right side, far into the field. Where Rosales is.
Yeah.
The second half, they were making all left hand. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. It was really an interesting dynamic to play.
I saw Ziggy twice during the second half. Whenever he could get any of his players' attention, say, like this, like that's the left side, and it would have been the right side going this way in the second half. But for some reason, he wanted the ball on that side of the pitch towards the end of the match, and only he knows. I have no idea. But.
And what was really interesting is we didn't see, like, when we have Cato on the field, when we have Zach Wani on the field, when we have Kasky on the field, we shift.
Right.
There was no shifting last night.
No.
Everybody stayed in their channels.
Yeah, it was pretty much up and down.
Real quick, we have kind of a thing going on in the chat room about Tifford and crosses there. Tifford's big thing, the kind of what his bread and butter is set pieces, delivering into the box, and long, mid to long passing. He's accurate, crisp, and he's a threat from a set piece, from a certain distance. He's a 40-yard set piece player. He's similar to how Montero. Sometimes it's just like, whoa, where did that come from?
In previous years, I would have seen Montero take probably 20 more kicks from a set play. Even last night, I was like, this is Montero's range, and Montero is going into the box.
Right. Well, and it's one of those things. These guys practice all the time. The coaches see what they do, and they see how they practice. Obviously, the guys impressed them enough that they stepped them up, being a new player into that position.
Right.
So.
Well, and even when you're a stud like Montero, getting the 35-yard free kick into the goal, that's tough. It's a low percentage shot, even when you're great at it.
That's why it's such a outstanding goal, is because it's rare. It's hard to do.
Absolutely.
So let's just go in here. Who was your man of the match?
Man of the match. Wow. I didn't know I was going to be asked that.
All right, Kyle, who was your man of the match?
Let me think. That's just tough.
My man of the match.
I got it.
I got to go with Sperning.
Me too.
Okay.
Sperning, beautiful job in goal. He collapsed down, cut off a couple of those shots that looked like they were going to get in the.
Did you see the one where he actually fixed his hair when he was on the ground?
Oh, no, I missed that.
That was awesome.
Man. Was he down
watching,
by the ECS side?
No, he was on the north end.
On the north end?
Yeah, he was on the north end. He's like, makes a huge dunk right in the corner.
And then just kind of styles it out. Nice.
That is a class move, Michael.
So, off of that, I got a question, though, that I kind of been wondering and wanted to bring up. Who do you think has been a bigger acquisition for us this year? Like a player that we brought in this year. We got, Johnson. We got Sperning. We got Johansson. Cato. Who do you?
I think it's Sperning. I mean, the key again. After I started thinking, as soon as I passed it off, I was like, Sperning. He made two solid stops that were going to be goals. One definitely that was going to go through. He fell on. It was a short range shot.
Oh yeah, no, and it had speed on it.
He collapsed on it. And
that was the one that he hit right in front of the box. Yeah, down towards the corner.
And he just got down and was on it quickly, and I was like, that could have very easily been the goal.
Right, because we got a goalkeeper that's one of the best in MLS as far as numbers go.
Yeah.
Or we have the guy that's leading the club in goals currently.
Right.
So it's a tough. I mean,
it's tough. I love both guys. I've met Michael Sperning though.
So yeah.
And I'm sure EJ is just as a fantastic, cool guy to hang out with.
Right.
But I just think the keeper position was something we were worried about. That I was worried about in the off season. And he came down and he came in and he's held shit down. And when he hasn't been here, different team. When he was injured, different team. But when he's here, different team. He commands.
I think Eddie's probably, I don't know. I like Eddie a lot. He's definitely in there and probably my top 2-3 players on the team.
Right.
But our team struggles without Sperning in goal. I mean, it's been proven this year. You've seen the run where Sperning was injured.
Yeah.
He is a game changer for us. And I think he's the most important for us. So I think that's probably who I would go with as far as being most important.
The amazing part about that for me is it's clearly more than just his physical prowess and his ability. There's something in the locker room that he's doing,
right.
And on the pitch, commanding people.
He connects with the back line really well, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess not to pick on him, but do you think Meredith or Weber make that save?
Well, it was closer to.
It depends on the mindset with both of them.
Yeah.
Depends on where they are that game.
The ones that they weren't saving when they were in were the ones that were this far away from them. And so this one was kind of close in, so they might have stopped it.
Yeah, okay.
But but the ones that they were missing are the ones where Sperning has that extra, about arm length.
I'm going to disagree with you about man of the match last night.
Do it.
With both of you.
All right.
I'm going to tell you that
Eddie Johnson.
No, it was not Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson played a good game. He scored a goal, which is a wicked goal. Overall, his game wasn't super tight like it normally is. I thought he was a little.
I think
he played a solid game. I don't think he was one of his best.
He didn't make the runs off the ball he usually does.
No, my man of the match was Jeff Park.
Yeah, good call.
Jeff Park bailed out Sperning, bailed out Johansson, bailed out Hurtado.
No, what we just won a game 3-0,
right?
And all of our players of the match are defensive players.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mean they had a hell of a game last night.
It was our first shutout, and God knows how long.
It's been a while.
Right.
I needed a haircut too.
I mean, we have one out here for Honey Badger. Alonzo played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me it was.
Game, yeah.
I could have said Tiffert because I thought Tiffert had. I mean, every time I saw the ball, it was at Tiffert's feet. It seemed, at least for the first half.
I guess maybe we could say that there's such a deliberation over who it could have been. That's a really good thing that it seems like a lot of the guys played a nice solid.
If you look in the chat room, everyone's talking about the defense as their man of the match. The back line, Honey Badger. I mean, the defense was fantastic.
Right, they were. And I mean, what's to say? It's true. We all saw the same game, and we're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
right.
I think we're all in agreement there. So let's go ahead. Let's have our last.
We had predictions for the game.
We did. So let's go over those real quick. So my prediction was it was going to be 2-1. Aaron also had 2-1.
Right.
Adam had 1-0.
I posted on Twitter 3-1.
3-1. Okay.
Wow.
So.
But I thought Eddie was going to get a brace because I say that every game.
Yeah, I know. I do too. So there was a couple of right things here. Adam did predict the shutout correctly.
Which was it? That's the Timbers score.
Oh yeah, they're
they find a way to score again.
They do.
Right.
So that was going out.
And I did have a prediction as well, and I was correct. And that is, I did correct a zombie.
Yes.
I said zombie Johansson, but
right.
It ended up being zombie Hurtado.
Yes.
And I guess you could even say zombie Park.
Yeah.
A couple
zombie
of
sprinkle or sparkles. Or
it's almost like a Medal of Honor for the Sounders. If you get the zombie title,
you're
You're definitely Sounders.
I'm surprised I didn't see something about Jeff Park's Staples or something on Twitter.
Right.
Surprising.
Let's go ahead. 1 minute. You have 45 seconds to tell me your favorite part of the Cascadia Cup game yesterday.
My favorite part of the Cascadia Cup yesterday.
Time's up.
Well said.
I still think I have 40 seconds.
Go ahead.
No, it really was the difference in supporter culture. The game was great. I watched the whole game, but the Timbers fans, when they went down 2-0, they just got quieter.
You can say scum.
They got quieter and quieter until they were sitting on their hands. And every away game that we've been at or gone to, even when we're down 3-0, we are screaming until our throats are bleeding. And I don't understand the whole turn your back on your team when they're down.
Care like we do.
Like it's some kind of protest.
Care like we do, yeah.
I don't get it.
So, did you guys hear the rumor that they didn't fill allocation? We gave them 2,500. They showed up with 1,200.
I heard it was 1,700. They showed up with 1,200, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but I guess they split them up too, which is kind of a dick move.
I don't want to hold them accountable. I mean, they brought a good number of people up.
They did. Absolutely. Yeah,
they had good support. They just weren't very loud after the
I was expecting them to fill allocation. They have great away support, even their academy teams. They get away support.
It was just a measly drive up I-5. It's not like driving to Utah.
No, absolutely. But I figured with as much talk on Twitter as they had about them, invading Seattle and having 50 buses coming up, I thought they'd fill it. So I was a little surprised that they came short.
Yeah, you're right.
I think my favorite part of the night was when we were sitting on the bus waiting for a light to go by, and the Timbers Army were walking back to their buses. We were heading back to the Berliner. And just watching, I sat there with a bottle collecting the tears of the Timber shame.
Oh, yeah.
And the police wouldn't let our bus leave.
No, but I'll tell you what.
The light, so we watched just about probably 95% of this Timber support.
But, it was nice later that evening. I sat back at home and I washed down a pretzel. With timber tears,
refrigerated timber tears.
This is one of a dozen bottles we collected last night.
So that was my favorite part. So let's go ahead.
My favorite part of the match was after Eddie Johnson's goal, him going over the Timbers Army. The celebration in front of Timbers Army. That was fantastic.
I'm glad I have a cover on that.
It's waterproof, Diddle Dick.
All right, so Eddie Johnson did have a great goal celebration. You're a cock. I hate you. Get off my show.
All right, Captain.
And I'm out.
All right, so Eddie Johnson's goal celebration was pretty good. It was a good one. It was no kung fu fighting. It was.
No, I wanted him to do the Ayatollah.
Could you get any of my other iOS devices?
I'm fixing your shit, sir.
I wanted him to do the Ayatollah celebration. I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All the Cardiff guys always ask him to do the Ayatollah. I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to see it.
Explained to me because there's a friend of mine. His name is Alex on Facebook.
Yeah, Alex Bluebird.
And he's always tell him to do the Ayatollah. Like I can just walk up to Eddie Johnson and tell him hey, could you do the Ayatollah?
Actually,
I don't know him that well.
Actually, we probably could.
Well, we probably.
Big time.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah.
Well, actually, he did retweet my tweet yesterday.
We know people. We know some people out there that probably could walk up and see him more often than we do.
Well, we'll see what happens.
If anything, we want to know more about what the Ayatollah is, and we want it to happen.
So if you live in Cardiff City and you're watching the show, and you have some old footage of Eddie Johnson doing the Ayatollah goal celebration, please send it to us.
Right.
Info at sonarcast.com.
Yes.
We'll get it up on the next show.
Or give us a call at 425-390-4365.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and...
Randy, yeah, exactly, Randy. Like that EJ likes to celebrate in front of opposing benches and supporters.
Yeah, I've noticed
Eddie's fist. Yeah,
I've noticed that.
So go ahead and hang in there for just a minute. We're going to be right back.
Set the volume control on your stereo system at the preferred listening level. Beat, 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 disco beat, beat, disco beat, 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 disco beat, beat, disco.
All right, so we're back. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tighten up the rest of this show here. We're gonna talk briefly about playoff scenarios. We're in number 3 right now. We still have game in hand, minimum 1, looks like 2. So it's gonna be. Sorry, music just came on. So we're still waiting to find out where we're going to be. Just in case you didn't know, playoff tickets are in your season ticket account holders. You can buy them now. I spent my shillings. I threw my $80 towards the man. Yeah. I did my $80 towards the man.
I wish the Sounders would spread out the renewal of the
season
tickets with the playoff stuff. They should wait till the playoffs are over. I mean, it's all possible, but just give us an extra month or 2.
Hey, you know all that money? You know all that money that I just spent watching the entire season? Can we get through the season before you gouge me for the next one?
I mean, if you want us to make it to the playoffs, give us an extra month to save our shekels to make sure we can play for next season.
Because I know that there's a lot of Sounders fans out there that aren't rich.
I'm not rich.
No.
It's an extravagance for me. This is my thing. This is my addiction.
Rubbish.
We just need a little bit of time, guys.
Say that, yeah. I say that every morning from my sun deck on my yacht.
Really?
I'm not rich.
Jeez, bring me another mimosa.
Yeah.
I'm not rich.
I'm not rich.
I'm a fake Muslim, too. I'm just kidding. I'm a secret Muslim.
Sweet Jesus,
a secret rich person.
All
It's a joke, inside joke.
Yes, you are. Who the Academy playing next? Do you know?
Caught me
Okay,
off
so the
guard,
Academy is playing again soon.
Yeah, this weekend they're playing again. I can't remember who the
All
opponent
right, so
is.
we'll
off
get
the
that
top
up.
of
We'll
my
get that up on the Facebook page. We'll get Kyle here to give us some more information on the next Academy playing.
Yep.
Let's talk quickly about music. Adam?
Could we do one thing before that?
No.
I have 2 things that I want to give away.
Okay.
We have a contest, and what I'd like you guys to do is pay attention to this phone number right now. I've given it before, but it's 425-390-4365. We have 2 autographed Michael Sperning cards.
They were signed right here in this bar.
They were signed here in this bar. Authenticate. I can tell you for sure. Ooh, don't ruin it.
That one is a little bit marred.
No, it's not. It's fine. It's suitable for framing.
No, it's fine.
Call the phone number.
Call it.
Describe what doing the turban is.
The Ayatollah?
The Ayatollah.
Okay, describe what doing the Ayatollah is. So, if you're a Cardiff fan,
That's
help
taking
us
over
out.
Iran in 1979. I already know that. But help us out.
Help us out.
The first 2 people who can get the closest verifiably, I will mail one of these each to you guys.
Oh, Ports Gun Timbers is here. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yes, it did hit his junk. That's why it's marred.
No,
That one's actually, you need to answer another question.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that hit your junk?
It hit his junk, actually.
Oh, it hit Lee's?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right in the corner of it hit right in his junk.
Yeah.
I got them mixed up now, though, so I'm not sure
Oh,
which is
okay,
which.
never
Sorry.
mind. It's off, yeah.
You guys will, both of you will have to
All
live.
right,
Whoever
so-
wins these will have to live with the knowledge that you may have possibly had your card hit Lee's junk.
And if you sniff it, you're a weird dude.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird, bro.
Bare junk.
And I know, okay, you wanted to move on to music.
I do, because we are getting close to the end of time, even though Ports Gun Timbers just showed up.
Hey,
Well, we
limited
started late.
edition.
We did start late. That's why we still have time for music.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
So let's go ahead and talk music. Do you want to start?
Well, I don't have a lot to talk about. I just, I'm a rocker, metal guy, pretty much. Metal face. But I've also been a fan of a band called Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5, and they have a song called...
They're not metal.
No, definitely not.
They're not hard rock either.
No, they're
I would say
pop.
they're like indie pop.
Indie pop. Got a
pop
good
is
little, got a vibe, a little groove, and they have a song called Payphone that's out right now, featuring someone that I've never heard of.
Who?
I don't know. I never heard of him,
Wiz
so I don't
Khalifa,
care.
I think.
What's that?
Wiz Khalifa, I think.
Could
is the
be
one
that.
Wiz Khalifa?
Do you know who that person is?
Yes.
Who is
Yeah,
it?
he's a terrible MC.
He's a
Don't
terrible
even
That's
think-
what it
yeah.
sounds like from the
Yeah.
song. When it gets to that person's part,
He's, no, he's not an MC. He's a rapper. I'm sorry. There's a distinct difference
When
between
that
MC
when
and
that
a rapper.
person, whatever his name was, came on,
So let me
I
give
edited
you
that
the
to put
equivalent.
out on my MP3. So it
Let me give you
skips
the equivalent. You know how you have session guitarists?
it. Sure.
He's a session rapper.
Oh well, that's why I'd edited it out. Then. Session rapper. He's the 5th Beatle.
He is the 5th Beatle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without
When
even
somebody needs somebody to come in and rap,
Right.
they call him up and say, "Hey, can you come lay some tracks underneath our shit?"
All right. Anyway, the song "Payphone" by Maroon 5. It's a gut-wrenching song about a guy, a relationship ending. It's really well put together. They sing awesome. I love it. Listen to the song. Go give it a listen.
Cool. All right, so mine's going to be a little bit more detailed than this.
Good.
There is a new guy. His name is Wax. He's Big Wax on Twitter. The guy's from Southern California now. He's living in Venice Beach. He has a song that's been playing on MTV2 and on MTV Jams called Rosanna. I've been listening to this song for almost a year.
It's not a cover for Toto.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not a cover from Toto. It's about a girl that likes to have sex all day and they cook him breakfast.
Sweet.
And she might be a Latina woman. All of this stuff, but it's you might be able to find some similarities and why I might like it. But anyway,
Is she in short of stature or missing any limbs?
no. But she might wear makeup like a clown.
Oh boy, a sad clown. Yeah.
So anyway, so he's got an entire record. You can actually go down to his website and it's wax.com.com.
I like it.
It's wax, DOTCOM.com.
Interesting.
Is his website. He has a lot of cool songs. He likes to sing about smoking pot, drinking, having sex with girls.
Could you give us a genre, a sound to put to this name?
Sure. He's, I would say,
Country.
yes, country.
I'm out.
I would say it's a cross between.
Aggressive country.
It's a cross between.
Aggro country.
Agro country.
It's a cross between Sublime,
Okay.
So
311,
kind of a-
little rappy in there.
Huh.
It's
Do they have a guitarist?
he does a live
Is there a
set.
horn section?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So
I'll
so
check
he
it out,
actually
yeah.
I actually found all his. He actually did an entire unplugged set, acoustic guitar, rapping over it, 2 white girls singing backup vocals, an entire horn section,
Wait, they're
guy
white
playing
girls?
electric bass
How do you know they're white girls?
because they were on video.
First things first, it's 2 white girls.
White girls. They needed sunscreen.
Oh, they were pretty white.
Yeah.
They were pretty white.
Pasty.
So anyway, go check him out. Like I said, wax.com.
Lee bringing in the rainbow of colors for this show
Dude,
tonight.
actually, his CD is going to drop 12/12/2012. He wanted to drop it on 12/21/2012, but he was afraid of the whole Mayan conflict. But the whole Mayan.
Well, that tells me everything I
conspiracy.
need to know about.
But-
I'm not buying it.
No, actually, it's going to be a really good one. Anyway, but there is something else that's coming out on 12/21/2012 that you all should be afraid of. Rebecca Black from Friday actually has her CD releasing on 12/21/2012.
Yeah, why are you
What?
plugging that?
Why are you plugging
See,
that?
Because I'm comparing it to the Mayan calendar catastrophes.
okay.
Well, now I'm going to plug something else just to get rid of all this
Well-
bullshit that Lee's been talking about for the last 5 minutes. The Birthday Massacres album just came out. It just came out. A new album. They're a goth rock, very kind of a frightening metal band.
Oh,
with a
so up there
female
with your
lead
Ghost?
singer. No, they're not as evil as Ghost. But they're more fun but they're a little more. You can actually play it in front of friends and family, and they won't think you're a Satanist. That's
Okay.
the difference between Ghost and the Birthday Massacre.
I probably shouldn't be looking at Dom.
Sam, their next opponent, by the way, I looked it up.
I was doing research.
Since I was caught off guard, I looked it up. October 20th at 11 a.m. The Academy plays the U18 Academy plays San Juan Soccer Club.
Is that here local?
No,
Starfire?
Mather Soccer Complex is where they'll be playing.
Mathers.
Where might someone find how to get to this location? if
Actually,
they're
it's
watching
called
this?
fucking Google, jackass.
Google, yeah, it doesn't allow me to hyperlink to a location. I got a plug for music though. Local artist went to Garfield High School. Macklemore, his album comes out tomorrow.
Oh, who else came from?
I always thought he was the ex-Mariner.
Wait, hang on a second. Who else graduated?
That's what he got his name from.
Right,
Yeah,
I
he
think
pulled
so.
his name from that. Yeah.
Do you know who else graduated?
Mark
Speaking of
Macklemore.
who?
I was just saying he got his name. He named himself after Mark Macklemore, the former
The center
Mariner.
fielder,
Yeah.
Mariner center
Okay,
fielder.
but
Took over
who
for
else?
Ken Griffey Jr.
Musically, who else graduated from Garfield High School?
Are you trying to put us on the spot?
Yes,
know.
you two are Seattle people.
I don't pay attention who graduates from
Quincy Jones.
Oh, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Damn, dude, I wasn't.
My
even,
wife graduated from Garfield High School.
I wasn't even
And
thought
at
of
that time,
when
it's
Quincy
about time,
Jones went to Garfield.
It's about
yeah.
time to go into the post show, maybe.
All right.
Let's start closing this mother down, but we'll be back for the post show.
We will be back for a few minutes on the post show. Stick in there. Thanks for being with us. All we have is men's national team coming up. Next game's on the 17th here in Seattle.
Wednesday.
At
Versus
Quest
RSL.
Field
Yep.
versus Real Salt Lake,
Yep. The busted
which could be a playoff matchup.
Right.
We will be
And-
playing with missing Eddie Johnson. They will be missing a whole bunch of people, 5 players.
Saverio, Beckerman, Ramondo,
Peckerman.
Ross Trent. You know, yeah.
Well, a core.
They're kind
yeah.
of their core is
Yeah.
going to be missing. We got Johansson, Martinez, and Johnson are going to be out for us. So.
Right. And we have 2 first teams, so we will weather that.
Right. Oh, you think they slot Ochoa up front?
Do we? So okay. So
Yeah, I
so we
think
do have a question that's come up before we take off. Do we think EJ is going to play U.S. national team?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I don't think.
Are you guys sure?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sure. He'll
I'm sure
play.
of it.
I don't
I
know if
bet
he'll
money on
start.
it.
That's the thing. Because I think Jurgen's trying to get a look at players that are good in the air.
Yeah.
Because he
Okay.
already stated that he thinks the opposition they're playing will try to just load the box. So
Yes,
he's looking for
Morales
someone.
is out too.
Well, they got the best guy for it coming in.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so that's good. So
Eddie Johnson.
I think EJ is going to play. I don't know how much time he's going to get. I think he's going to get at least 45.
Yeah.
I
half,
think
yeah.
I think he's on his way. He's probably leaving now to head to Florida. He's going to meet. The team meets up on Wednesday, I think, for Wednesday or Thursday for training. So once he gets down there, we hear the first interviews. We'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of Sounders that actually made the international teams, did I hear that Flacco actually made it for Uruguay?
That's not surprising, is it?
I want to say he did.
that doesn't surprise me if he did.
It's all speculation right now.
Yeah,
so
I stopped auto-translating all of his tweets after he left the sounder. So and you know I don't speak Spanish.
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So I just assume everything's really nice and cool.
But good on him. But good on him. If he did, he's a former sounder, once a sounder, always a sounder.
Absolutely, and he's a good one.
He's been on fire with
Chicago.
The
so
fire. Yeah,
he's been on fire with the fire. El fuego.
El fuego.
Right.
Anyway.
So before we go to our classic ending, I just want to remind everybody.
Get it in.
You can tell us what the Ayatollah is.
425-390-4365. Don't email, don't text, don't tweet it to me because I'm not going to pay any attention.
Don't
Call
Facebook
the line.
friend me.
I told you what to do. Follow directions.
Call the line. We'll put it up on the Facebook page later on. As of right now.
And I'll pay for the postage. You don't have to worry about nothing. It'll just get to your door.
When does he get it?
He doesn't.
Why not?
Because he broke the rules.
What rules? We didn't see any rules, did we, Charlie?
Wrong, sir. Wrong. Wrong, sir. Wrong.